Welcome back to week 7. It's September 13th and we're going to start with our tiger eye today. Everything is in the 60-90 course stage except for our Kambaba Jasper, which is in medium. So let's check on our barrels and see how they're doing. We're going to start with barrel number 7, the golden and blue tiger's eye. So let's see how it's shaping. There's still, let's see if you can see that. You see there's still some work to be done with the rough. And in here and here. So this piece needs another week in course. We're drying it off so that we can see the imperfections better. This is just a stunning piece. Look at all that pattern. But there's a little fingernail catches in there. Yeah, we could use a little bit more shaping. There's pits and whatnot in here. Right there. Could use another week in course. Here's a piece of blue tiger's eye. That looks almost black. Piece of blue. A lot of lines and cracking. Natural fracture lines. Yeah, we can see we definitely need another week in course. You can see all the ceramic media is rounded nicely, so it's not going to cause any damage because it's been in course for ages. This past week I've tried to do some corrections with our ceramic media, trying to get it smoothed down so the edges are not damaging. Let's show an example here. See how this is rough on the edges, a little sharp. That could cause some scratching on the stones, versus this which is rounded and not going to cause any trouble in the little tiny ones. Yeah. Oops, we got a hard one in there. Okay. Ooh, this one needs a lot of shaping. Just like just one or two little spots here and there that just need a little bit more fine tuning. So there's a fracture line here. Goes all the way around. Could be this entire corner could chip off. Hope it doesn't, but it could. I'm gonna have to watch that. Okay. Still some, not a whole lot that needs to be done in that stone. I think in the future, when we have really rough. We're gonna probably use a 4670 heavy coarse grit for the first week to really give it a jump start, but not on something that just needs a little bit. Then we'll stick with the 6070. This has a lot of work that needs to be done. This is the one with that little ledge that we were watching. Pretty nifty. These are really beautiful, beautiful batch of tiger's eye. Ooh, look at that curve. It has little tiny bits. I'm not sure you can see that on the camera, but maybe right in here. Okay, we're not going to give this batch of tiger's eye a wash cycle because it's going back into medium, or going back into coarse grit. Because it's staying in the same grit cycle, we don't have to worry about cross-contamination. But depending on how these barrels work out, I might move this down to a smaller barrel. We've lost an awful lot of mass from the very beginning. As you can see, this barrel is barely half full. Ooh, look at that one. Oh, it's got a divot in there. It's mostly the tops and the bottoms that have got the problems. Not so much the sides, but we also want to look for little tiny pieces. Goodness, my barrels are dirty. Little tiny pieces of chips that have broken off, and we'll save that for, set that aside for one of our other projects. Okay. Alright, I don't think we really need to continue to examine each of these stones. I'm not seeing, you know, damage. I'm just seeing, you know, original stuff that needs to be worked out. Can you see that? It all needs to be worked out. Well, we're not seeing any cracked stones. We're not seeing any... Well, what is the word I'm looking for? Undercutting. So that's all very good. Just working away the outer rough stuff. The coarse grit is doing a good job. Taking a little bit longer than I wanted, but I'm learning patience, which is part of, you know, why we're doing this. Oh, that's really pretty. The pattern on that. Oh, there's some right here. Yeah. One more week. I think that's going to be the song for most of today. It's always exciting when you get to move on to a new stage. But if you rush it, you'll be sorry. In the long run, it's better to give it that extra time. Boy, these are really, really pretty. Oof. Yeah, we're getting close. We are getting close. Oh, look at that. This particular one's probably the only one in the whole batch that's ready to go into medium. I like this little cube. Just little tiny bits. And let's see what else we have in here. We're going to have to go through all of this ceramic media and make sure we have all the chips out of it. Ooh, just a little bit right there, otherwise it's ready for medium. You see, all the ceramic media is rounding nicely. So it'll just help the grit move, it'll help cushion the stones, there'll be no undercutting happening. Alright, we're going to dump all this ceramic media into a strainer and we're going to make sure that we don't have any little bits in it. Okay. That's it for the tiger's eye for right now. And we have the yellow jasper, which was barrel number 6. And, oh, it feels like glass. But we have some pieces right here that needs to go on into another week of course. See what can come out into medium. Still needs a little more. So there's just like these little tiny pieces, little tiny spots. Just could use a little bit more of a pit. Yeah. Kind of reminded me of a chicken wing. See, there's a lot right here that needs to be fixed. Right here. A spot right there. I'm getting really super picky. I'm sure a lot of people would have moved some of these on, but I just want to do the best pieces I can. Oh my goodness, that is gorgeous. A little bit of a busy pattern, but it's beautiful. It feels so nice and smooth. It feels like glass and dog hair. Okay. This one is actually ready for medium. I think we'll be able to move some of these to a smaller barrel. And that would be these larger barrels for something new to start. Wow, look at that. Let's see that come right through there. It's almost like you want to cut it in half and see what's in there. Oh, there's my little spot. Little spot. Ready to move forward. Ooh, check that out. This yellow jasper is really something. I thought it was going to just look more mustardy. I didn't realize it was going to have all this fantastic pattern in it. Wow. You just look at these for hours. Yeah, there's a piece. It's very close to medium. So to the right will be another weekend course. To the left will be moved to medium when we finally get to that medium stage. Move the camera there. Definitely need a course. So all these that are ready to go into medium, I'm going to wash by hand. Make sure we have all the grit out and all the residue off of it. So look at this, we're getting little tiny chips. Let's go for that project. Boy. Okay, we are going to set this aside and continue looking it over off camera because it can get kind of boring, especially if you can't feel it yourself. We'll move on to the next barrel. Okay. We still have a lot to get through. Okay, we'll be back shortly with our Kambaba Jasper, which was, we're going to skip that one until the end. Botswana Agate will be the next one we come for. Okay, we'll see you shortly. We are on to our Botswana Agate. It has been in 5 weeks in coarse grit 6090, and it's really not progressing the way we would like. It's just taking forever. And we're just gonna need yet another week in course. It's just super, super rough. And see, there's still a lot of pitting. Yeah, I don't know if some of this pitting's ever going to come out. I may have to do some additional... Although this is starting to come out. This was pretty bad when it started. Does that one have some tree agate in it? Almost looks like carnelian. Oh, this definitely needs more. These little dots are actually under a layer of the stone, so that's really kind of cool. But there's a lot of help it still needs. This is going to be a pretty fast run. Boy, it's just so cool. Just wraps all the way around. Really, all this, none of this is ready. None of it's ready for medium. It's all, maybe even 2 more weeks will be needed to get it really nice and smooth where we want it. This was not the best rough to start with this Botswana. Isn't that cool? Look at those little circles. Yep, still needs a lot of work. Okay, there's no chips. We're not seeing anything in here except that was a piece of dirt. Grit. Yeah, so you still see lots of grit still on this. It's all going back in for another week in course where we just recharge this barrel. Put all the ceramic media back in it. And considering how much needs to happen with this Botswana Agate, perhaps an extra tablespoon of grit. I doubt that will do anything extra, but experimenting. See, about 2/3 full. Okay. We will come back with our amazonite. Hopefully it's doing better. Okay, see you in a few. Alright, we're back with our amazonite. It has been 3 full weeks in course 6090. It's shaping very nicely. Not feeling anything sharp, but there's still some pieces here. Little tiny spots, little crevices. This has all kinds of shaping that still needs to happen. I think what I did last week is I put too much water in the barrel, so it didn't get a really nice slurry. It just washed around the stones instead of grinding against it. So this week it'll go back in another round of coarse 6090 grit and a lot less water. So hopefully we will see what's happening. It's just such a lovely seafoam color. Isn't that interesting? That black just slides through there. Look at how that just... Let's dry that off so you can see. It still has a lot of flash. Yeah, you can see how it just desperately needs another probably 2 weeks. Here's a chip. You're going to set the chips aside so it doesn't undercut our other stone. This one's gorgeous. Look at the color. That is just amazing. I think we could probably break that right off. As I said, we could probably break that right off. Good thing it's going right back in another thing of course. So it'll get all these sharp edges. Hold on. Let's get all these other stones out of here. Tonight. Okay. All this back in here before we contaminate it all. And we're going to get our chisel and we're going to remove some of that crystal. Take your time. Make sure we're not contaminating our barrel. There's another little chip. Another little chip. Take some of these bigger pieces, get them out of the way. Here's a couple more little chips. We have lots of little chips this week. More chips. This is why we roll them a lot, because you never know what's hiding underneath it. Okay, let's get that chisel. Now, make sure you have your safety glasses on. So little tiny shards don't get in your eyes. closer. Wonder how much the coarse grit will get off. If I'll just take my time and do just a tiny bit more. Let's see here. Easier to do without the camera in the way. Let's get that. Look at that. I'm getting it. Just need a little bit more. Trying to hold the rock at the same time. Oops. Need an extra set of hands is what I need. Okay, good enough. I'm going to get a smaller chisel and I'm going to fine tune this a little bit, and then I'm going to put it back in the barrel and we will have a favorite piece for next week. Look at that, that should probably come off too. These chips we'll put over here for our other project. Wow, this is going to be amazing. Okay, let's see what the course will do. And I'm going to clean this up. And we will see you next week. This is going back in course again. Oh, you know what? I'll be back in a few minutes because we have another 2 barrels that are free, and we will start something new. Fantastic. All right, we'll be back in a little bit. Here's our large Serape Jasper. It has been several weeks in course stage. And I'll be damned if it doesn't need some more. There's a pit there. I think I'm going to throw this in with the yellow Jasper, because they're both Jaspers, so they're both running the same MOHS Hardness. They're both MOHS 7. But this it's just really rough. I mean, it doesn't have that smooth feel. Can you see that? That's a very rough feel. Look at that. That's all slurry left in it. Huh. Yeah. One more week in course. We'll see what's going on with this. This is taking a really super long time. We started this August 8th in coarse grit 6090, and we had overpacked the barrel so much that whole first week we had zero progress. So, see, there's some grit. Can you see that? There's grit right in there. Anyway, so we started this, so nothing happened that first week. So it really started to move around on 8/16. And we got rid of a lot of the mass at that point, but these are still very, I mean, these are big. These are big. So we're going to pop them in with the yellow jasper because it needs another week in course as well. So that's going to free up another barrel. Okay. In with the yellow jasper it goes. Okay, there's not really a whole lot happening with the Serape. But it was our experiment because we wanted to do large stones and see how it's working, so it's just taking a really long time. And it's pretty, it's got some really neat patterns in it. It's just really rough still. Another week in course it goes. Okay, we'll be back shortly. Alright, we have our Kambaba Jasper. It's been 1 week in medium. Now we're going to take a look at it and see how it's moving along here. Let's move this camera. There we go. Isn't it pretty? Just need a towel here. There, get it dry. Not seeing any real major problems with this piece. It's just that one spot. Can you see that right there? Just set that aside. If we're going to run another week of medium, that'll go back in it. If we're going to proceed to fine, I'm not sure. Oh, these are feeling really nice. Tiny little spot there. Goes with that one. Oh, nope. Okay. So far we have one piece that's ready to move forward. 3 to stay in medium. Kind of see how we're still getting that slurry. Anything moving forward is going to have a wash. I could do medium. Medium. This is a really cool piece. I really like this one. I like the shape of it. Okay, we're half and half so far. These are just amazing. And I really think most of these are ready to move forward. But we are going to check them all. It could take another week. See, as soon as you say you're ready to move forward, rocks come out and get you. It's kind of like your car makes a noise, you take it to the mechanic and it stops. It's one of those situations. Malachite was always my favorite green stone until I came across this Kambaba Jasper. It's taken the top spot so far. Patterns are just so cool. I don't think I can hear that. Oh, it's kind of like nails on a chalkboard. I think I'm going to have to invest in another rotary tumbler with smaller barrels, because as these whittle down from the rough stage down to polished, they've lost enough mass that they can keep moving down to a smaller and smaller barrel. That's kind of why I started with the large barrels today, so we could see what we have available. And we may switch up what's in what. We had everything labeled with a barrel number, and I think what we're just going to do is get rid of the barrel numbers completely, because we're going to just be moving them around. No, that needs work. I don't know. It's got one spot that's not as smooth as everything else. I mean, if we're going to do a medium, we might as well put it back in there. Ooh, that's really thin. And it still, believe it or not, has a rough spot. Well, I would say 2/3 is ready for our first polish, first fine grit stage, and 1/3 is ready to stay in medium for one more week. We're not seeing a whole lot of breakage on any of these, no chipping. So I don't believe we're going to find any chips in here, which is a good thing at this stage. That is just natural lines in the stone. It's not any cracks or crevices or valleys or anything we need to get rid of. Okay. Okay. This is... See this piece of ceramic media? It's got a hole in it. It could hold grit, so we want to get rid of that because we don't want to damage as we move forward. Okay. So this is what we have. Kambaba Jasper ready for 500 fine polish grit. And this is what needs to be held back into medium. So I think what we're going to do is set the medium in a little bowl and see if we have another Jasper that is ready to go to medium, and put that back in with it. These are ready for polish. So we're going to need a much smaller barrel than this. This is the 45C. Let's see what we're going to do. Okay. That's it for the Kambaba right now. We're going to put this in a wash cycle and then start the polish stage. The medium we're going to hold back until I have another Jasper that's ready to go in a medium stage. Here we have some rough Snowflake Obsidian, and we're going to start this in our 4-pound barrel. Just going to look at how pretty this is. Lots of, see, some have very little, and some are like a snowstorm. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see this. This should shine up, polish up beautifully. This has got some pink in it. Hope it stays. So first thing we're going to do is load up our barrel. And as you can see, we've got plenty of chips already started. Okay. So we are about half full. These we're going to set aside. These are just too small to tumble. I'm going to start that in its own little bag. So this is a MOHS Hardness of 5.5 to 6. I'm going to get some coarse, free. See how it's kind of rounded a little bit. We've run it through some coarse material on its own, trying to smooth some of the edges so it doesn't damage our stone. Let's get some of that small in there. Shake it so it gets in all the crevices. Looks good. Looks good. Okay. Let's put in our 60-90 grit. One. Okay, let's add some water. Okay, that looks good. Yeah, alrighty. We will check in on our Snowflake Obsidian next week. And I think we're gonna run some howlite in another barrel. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna go take a look and see what we have. And then we will see what we've got. Okay, we'll be back shortly. Well, I've decided on some Zebra Jasper. That's what we're going to put in our little 3-pound barrel that's just opened up. It's got some really interesting patterns to it, some browns and pinks, and yeah. Let's see what we have here. Just some really cool patterns. And again, this is Zebra Jasper. We're going to see how it turns out. I don't really think that's Zebra Jasper, but it's something came with it. So it was adjacent when they were breaking this up. Okay, we're kind of moving quickly here. Let's see what we've got. Let's see, I think we could put a few more pieces in. Is that 2/3? Let's see. Let's just put there. Don't really want to add any more. It's just under 2 pounds. Let's add our course. I'm going to do the 60/90. I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, one more there, 5. I should probably really put 6, but I'm going to stick with 5. It's just under 2 pounds. Put some this away. I'm going to add some coarse ceramic media. Not a whole lot. The smaller stuff, but I'm not really getting a hold of it. Okay, that looks good. Let's add some water. And should be real close here. See the water yet? There we go. Okay. Zebra Jasper, we'll see you next week. So, to recap, we combined our yellow Jasper and Serape Jasper in the same barrel, and it's going in coarse one more time. We pulled out a lot of yellow Jasper for a medium run in the future. And then our Botswana and Amazonite both needed another week in course. And then the Kambaba Jasper is going into a wash cycle, and then we're going to put it in 500 pre-polished grit for a week. So, here we go. Let's label this container, and then we're good to go. All right, see you guys next week.